Do you want to know how Trump's reaction to his assassination attempt says a lot about his personality? Then keep watching this video. Hey, welcome back to Typevolution, or welcome if you're new. I'm Miss Olympia, and in this video, like I said, I'm going to talk about Trump and the assassination attempt. So before I jump into that, a little bit about myself. I have been obsessed with personality type theory for around 10 years now. So mainly the 16 personalities, MBTI and Socionics, as well as Enneagram. So if you're interested in those theories and just like to know more about personal self-development, then keep watching as well and subscribe, of course. Many people tend to type Trump as an ESTP in the MBTI system, in the four-letter system. And I used to type him that way as well in the past, years ago. But over time, I realized I don't think that's exactly accurate. I think another type could be more accurate. So I'm going to tell you how exactly. When you look at the assassination attempt, if you look at the main iconic picture that resulted from that, and just Trump's behavior in general, how he reacted with pumping his fist and saying, fight, 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 that is so typical of especially extrovert sensing. So extrovert sensing is the main function of ESFP, ESTP, and basically extrovert sensing, it is extrovert, so it's focused mainly on the environment, on the external world, the world outside of yourself, and how you can impact that world, especially with the sensing aspect, in a very sensorial, visceral way. How can you impact the external world? And this attitude of fight, fight, this kind of resistance to that is very much reminding me of extrovert sensing. Also the way how he got up quickly and how he was not inclined to show fear and he wanted to look tough, that is very much extrovert sensing. One of the theories I like a lot from Golenko, the plus minus of the functions. So it says, the power sensing of resistance, non-compliance, forming alliances against a stronger enemy, being assertive about their demands and protecting their interests. Such as the plus sensing of SE, ESFP, who knows how to maneuver between more powerful figures. That really describes very, very well what Trump was doing in that moment. But even if you don't really buy into like the plus minus stuff from Golenko, overall this behavior to make a scene, basically to make it a performance, is so typical of, like I said, the ESFP performer archetype. I call it the performer. ESFP, or just the mix of extrovert sensing and feeling, makes this type like a stereotypical performer on stage. And I think, well, also thanks to talking to my boyfriend, we discussed this a bit. He also said, okay, he understands why people think it seems staged, right? There are so many people who think it's staged. There's many reasons to that, but one of the reasons is the fact that he is a performer, the fact that he was going into his functions and he made it like a performance, right? He made it like a scene, like, oh my gosh, look at me, I am the strong male here, right? He was very much aware of how the social environment, how the people around him would react to this behavior, which is strong feeling. I know that, especially in MBTI, people say, oh, you could just say this is the tertiary extroverted feeling of ESTP. The truth of the matter is that ESFP actually has stronger extroverted feeling than the ESTP, simply because the ESFP is an extrovert and a feeling type. And this comes from Socionics in some sense, because from there, basically every EF type has strong extroverted feeling, aka being aware of the environment, how people react to things, how to influence that. It's like the mix of sensing and feeling, extrovert sensing, extrovert feeling. So ESFPs are really good at that, and they are really focused on that. This is also based on my own observation in the last several years, and it's also just common sense, right? It just makes sense that a type that is an extrovert and a feeling type would be good at extroversion, feeling, combining the two. Doesn't mean it's their main function, doesn't mean it's their favorite function. It's just a function that they're naturally good at, just based on their personality. This is what I wrote. And by the way, I keep updating my descriptions. I might update this later on as well. The performer is characterized by large and well-coordinated movements, frantic energy, but also poise, as well as ingratiating mannerisms and natural charm, which typically gives them the appearance and attitude of a bold performer on stage, ready to make things happen no matter where they are. Extrovert sensing, especially when it's a main function, tends to be really good at observing the environment. Now, of course, Trump was not able to see that shooter. He was probably just mainly focused on the audience. But still, the way how he quickly reacted, I think also leans more towards having extrovert sensing first. Once again, it aligns with ESTP to some extent, but overall, I think the performer ESFP makes way more sense to me. He is very strong, very good at dealing with people, influencing people, and these are the strengths of having strong sensing and strong feeling. This is really emblematic of that personality. And I just think this picture is such a stereotypical performance and so stereotypical of this type. Also, Joe Rogan in some podcast, when he described Trump, I think it was one of the reasons once with one of his friends, he said, yeah, Trump is a showman, right? He has this showmanship. He knows how to influence people. He knows how to put on a performance. And this is exactly what this personality type is about. All right, I don't want to keep you here for too long. This is just my mini analysis of Trump's behavior during that assassination attempt. And yeah, by the way, I do believe it is legit. I don't think it's staged, even though Trump's behavior might make it look that way. Yeah, if you want me to type you, I also have services for that on my website, typevolution.com/services. And if you want me to coach you, if you want me to help you with your personal development, I have a course, Emotional Ease, and I offer coaching services in there. You find everything down in the description box. All right, I hope you have a good day despite those news. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.